Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the first 2010 Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. Basically a movie that focuses on this main character called Greg and his friend Rowley. Basically the main protagonist Greg, and he's basically struggling through middle school it is. And this movie focuses very much on how it is being different in school and how it is to not be popular, you could say. But now Greg's goal in this film is to be popular. So this is what I thought about the film. This is a childhood film that I had very fun watching when I was little, and the film still holds up to today. I think there's still a few memorable moments that you can remember from the film. For example, the cheese touch, obviously. This is what I gotta say about the movie. I think the cast in this movie is good, and for the people who being like bullies, I think they act good, especially with the actors and the main characters. This movie also is very well for being like I said before, how it feels to not be so popular in middle school and just school in general. And then this movie just is kind of, and the comedy in this movie focuses quite a lot on comedy, on some funny moments, and a few of them made me laugh. It's like very easy comedy to understand. It's quite gross movie with some gross moments, kind of, I don't know. But otherwise, I think that this movie, it doesn't only focus on comedy, it also focuses on friendship. And I think that the friendship in this movie is good, but I don't think it's great. It's kind of sad, actually. So, basically, about this movie, the negatives about this movie, now, I gotta give a lot of points for what this movie did for being for trying to be what it's trying to be. Like, if it's, for example, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, let's take that. That movie tried to be Five Nights at Freddy's, and yes, it did kind of succeed in one way, but in one way, it didn't really succeed, because it didn't take, everything. It kind of put, a few different stories, and they worked quite fine, but they didn't work amazing. But the movie isn't awful, it's just not great. But this movie, when it tries to be something, it really, it fits well. But the negatives about the movie, I have a few negatives. First thing is that the friendship, basically, Rowley and Greg, they're having a fun time, and then Greg accidentally breaks Rowley's arm, and then he gets popular in school, and everyone wants to sign his cast, and then Greg says that he's the one who broke his arm, and obviously that's a really stupid fucking thing to say. And then basically for this rest of the movie, he gets friends with this other person, popular person, and Greg, he's sad, basically, and then he kind of just gets humiliated, constantly, even by the people who want to be with him, For example, Fred Lee, very gross person in this movie, let me just say that, over the stuff he does, especially though. And then he kind of gets, his parents don't care about him, his mum cares about him most of all, and definitely, but I think that his brother Roderick is very good on being, let's just say, he's very good on being a brother in a movie that annoys your little sister or little brother, I guess. So I think he does a good job with that. But this is kind of sad, because this movie, it kind of makes, it's kind of a bit sad for being a children's movie, because you kind of want to see more of Rowley and them. You kind of don't want the first movie to be, you kind of want to get to know these friends a bit better, what they like to do, instead of just the first movie, they're friends, we get that they're friends, and then just something bad happens, and then the most of this movie is just kind of, I don't even know what to think about it. It's just, But but honestly, I don't think that's a big bad thing about the movie, though. It doesn't bother me that much. But otherwise, I also think that they could focus a bit more on Roderick, the one of the main protagonists in this movie. Actually, I don't know what they could focus that much on him, but just I don't know. And then on Halloween night they've got these bullies, of course, and well, I don't know what to say. This movie is pretty great. It's pretty fun. It has a good runtime. I don't think it had to be longer. I think that 90-minute runtime was enough. I don't think they had to make it 30 minutes longer. And they haven't done it 30 minutes longer. So the runtime, I think, is pretty perfect. And this movie is also very, very well paced. But otherwise, I think that the ending of the movie... I don't know why. I read some reviews on this movie on IMDb, and a few people don't like the ending for some reason. I don't really understand why. Basically, it's that these bullies come to the school and then they find them, and because Greg and Rowley actually accidentally did a scratch on their car, and obviously they got very pissed about that. So then they begin like bullying him, and then they say to Rowley to pick up the cheese and eat it. The cheese has been sitting on the ground for years now. And obviously that's quite a disgusting scene to see, but, well, I don't know. And basically then Greg just steps forward and says that he's the one who ate it, and even though it wasn't him. But so he's trying to get back his friend, and that's nice. It's quite heartwarming to see. But, and then basically he tells everyone, like, I don't care, this school is very stupid. And then he says, who wants to join me? And then we're going back to that sad part. No one wants to join him. But it's just him and his friend. But this movie's quite good because it shows how much actually it can kind of be good. More good having one friend than more friends. Sometimes having more friends than one friend is good, but sometimes only having one friend is also good. Because then you only have one person to focus on, and then your other friends don't get in trouble. They don't, for example, if you have done something bad to your friend, and then your other friends want to become friends with the person you did something bad to, and then they ditch you. For example, that it's good that this movie didn't use that, but I think that the movie had a good ending and stuff. Very good at focusing on what it can be to go in middle school and stuff like that. It's basically just a fun movie to watch. Now, the thing about the movie is that the characters, they're a bit likable, but not that likable, because they just don't feel like, I don't know, basically, a lot of the characters in this movie, they don't feel like they're trying to help. And I know they're not supposed to, like, try to help, but it just feels a bit odd. Otherwise, this movie's good. We've got about 4 movies in this franchise. We've got Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2010, then we've got the second one, Roderick Cruise, I think, and then we've got the third one, which is called Dog Days. Then we got the fourth one, I think, called The Long Haul. And that one doesn't even use the same cast. It has different person. It doesn't use Greg Heffley. It has this really weird other family. And I haven't seen that movie, and I don't want to see it, because it has a 4 out of 10. That's not very good. So, but basically, I'm just going to watch the 3 movies in the franchise, I guess. But for starting off with a first movie, I felt like this was quite well made. It was a fun movie to watch. You know, it was a bit sad, kind of like seeing, you know, I don't gotta explain. But a good start off for this little trilogy. I wish they could continue with these movies more. I wouldn't bother that much if they didn't do that. Same thing with like Alvin and Chipmunks, because the movies because it felt like in Alvin and Chipmunks and stuff, and maybe the Greg movies, just especially Alvin and Chipmunks, those movies got low reviews. And then it felt like this. Why are you not continuing this franchise with more movies just because they get low reviews. And I've seen the reviews of some movies and they're absolute bullshit. Like for example, Alvin and Chipmunks. Their voice is annoying. Yeah, no shit that the voice is annoying. It's supposed to be a musical movie. What do you think? And I just think that's really weird. But good start off for this trilogy, Diary of Wimpy Kid. I'm going to rate this movie 8 out of 10.